If you've got $10 hanging around, I'm about to show you 5 quite suave and debonair cards that are going to slot perfectly into your decks. As always, this video is brought to you by the EDH Jank Center, your source for everything Commander and everything Jank, and I'm your host, Jordan. Now let's get right into it, and as you can tell, I'm a bit sick right now, but I will not let this stop me from bringing you these tasty cards. Our first up today is Relic of Legends, 3 colorless mana artifact from Dominaria United. It can tap and add 1 mana of any color, and it can tap an untapped legendary creature you control and add 1 mana of any color. When I first saw this spoiled, I knew it was going to be above $1, and would you look at that, I was right. I know that 3 mana rocks get a lot of hate nowadays, what with the existence of Arcane Signet. However, I think this card is absolutely worth running in Commander. It taps for any of one specific color, so you can slot it into any deck, and it'll help fix your mana, but it also turns your own commander into a mana dork. And the relic itself doesn't even need to tap itself to do that, so you can tap the relic and your commander and snag 2 mana if you need to. Also, as if there wasn't enough great things about this card, Relic of Legends stipulates that we can tap any legendary creature we control, so if we happen to be running a Legends Matters build, which appear to be more and more popular these days, then this card is absolute gas, dude. Speaking of gas, facing down this next card would make me pass gas. It's Pain Distributor, 2 in a red, creature, devil, citizen from March of the Machine commander. It has menace. Whenever a player casts their first spell each turn, they create a treasure token. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, Pain Distributor deals 1 damage to that player, and it's a 2/3. So first of all, it's that new Capenna flavor, and you know I'm a sucker for that. But you know what I'm also a sucker for? Accelerating games. Part of my philosophy around playing Magic the Gathering is that I don't really care what the outcome of the game is, as long as everyone got to play some stuff and have fun. This card, and our next one, help us with that idea by giving ourselves and our opponents some extra ramp. But it comes at a cost, because if they sacrifice those treasures, which they probably will, our distributor will be dishing out a ton of damage. Lower life totals means games will be over faster, and I don't know about you, but I always prefer getting 3 to 4 games in with friends rather than one 5-hour-long slog of a game that's like 7 board wipes in. Now, in a much similar vein, let's talk about Descent into Avernus, 2 red enchantment from Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Descent counters on Descent into Avernus. Then each player creates X treasure tokens, and Descent into Avernus deals X damage to each player, where X is the number of Descent counters on Descent into Avernus. In the same vein as Pain Distributor, this card is an extreme accelerator of games and adds something akin to a mini game to your average Magic the Gathering game. I just said game like so many times. The counters on this card will multiply fast and will put a ticking time bomb on your game, which I think is really fun. There are definitely ways to make it so that it's a one-sided thing, but I like it as a way to stress you and your friends out and to get in more games in a night of playing. This might not be the best move to play with randos, since they'll probably just remove it, but if you're jamming games with friends, why not see who can win the fastest? This card was brought to my attention by members of my Discord who said it accelerated one of their games by a ton. By the way, if you like jank, budget, and underutilized cards and want to make some new friends, check out the EDH Jank Center Discord at the link in the description, okay? I also think this would be a super fun thing to rule 0 into a game with friends as a sort of global enchantment or an emblem that is on the battlefield that can't be removed. And so all your gameplay decisions have to factor this card's effect in. Hold on, wait, did I just invent an indie format of Commander? Let's go, dude. And now we're gonna move on to Doomweaver, 4 black creature spider horror from the Crimson Vow Commander precons. It has reach, soul bond. You may pair this creature with another unpaired creature when it either enters the battlefield. They remain paired for as long as you control both of them. As long as Doomweaver is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has, when this creature dies, draw cards equal to its power, and it's a 1/8. Big butt. Big butt, big butt. Anyways, this 6-drop spider is an excellent defender, boasting a 1/8 stat line and reach as a keyword. But that soul bond ability works amazing in tandem with any sort of chonky boy that's on your side of the field or your opponent's. Honestly, it's a pretty simple tech. Card draw is amazing, and this is a way to incentivize your opponents not to attack you with their big creatures in a deck like Shelob. I really would love to see more soul bond stuff in the future. I think that's a really, really fun ability. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Let's talk about something else super cool, which is the Discord. The EDH Jank Center public Discord is a Discord of a bunch of people that love budget, janky, and underutilized cards. We talk about sets, spoilers, cards, budget brews, and anything and everything under the MTG sun. We also host monthly giveaways of fun MTG product every single month. Patrons of the channel get an additional entry in giveaways, but you do not need to be a patron to get in on the action. So if any of this sounds appealing to you, the link is in the description, and I will see you in there. All right, last card up for the day. It is Druid's Repository, 1 green enchantment from Avernus Restored. Whenever a creature you control attacks, put a charge counter on Druid's Repository. Remove a charge counter from Druid's repository, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. I mean, this card kind of speaks for itself, folks. If we're running a ton of tokens, this will generate a ton of mana for us. And we can use all that mana at instant speed. I'm surprised that this is less than $2. Honestly, this is a steal. It synergizes with proliferation, with token doubling, with it's good. It's really good, and it's less than $2. You gotta snag it. And would you look at that, by the end of this video, we've only spent $8.38, which leaves us with $1.62 left to spend. And I mean, you could do a lot of stuff with $1.62, like buy 162 copies of Captured by Legax. So while you're making the best purchase of your life, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you dug this content, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what cards you would snag if you had $10 to spend. Did I miss anything? I'm always down there in the comments interacting with you guys, so come on down and have a chat with me. And join the Discord if you feel so inclined. It's a really fun time in there, guys. And that is it for me. I will see you guys on the next video.